How are you guys? So this morning we are going to be talking about materials and equipment used for printing of photographs. So quickly we are going to be looking at number one, enlarger. What is enlarger? Enlarger is a specialized transparency projector used to produce photography prints from film or glass negatives using the gelatin silver process or from transparency. Enlarger is used in the darkroom. If you remember, we have talked about the equipment that we need to know in the darkroom. Enlarger is one of the biggest equipment or materials you need in the darkroom. And we said an enlarger is a specialized transparency projector, just like a projector, but it's bigger than the projector. It is used to produce your photography print after you have done your exposure of your film from your film to negative. You now take it to the enlarger to enlarge your film, and this film or glass negatives using the gelatin silver process or from a transparency. Number two, material or equipment that you need in the process of printing photograph is your timer. Timer, timer is your timer, is your timer, timer. To time your exposure, you need a timer. You need a timer to time yourself in exposing your film. You don't overexpose or underexposed, or you want to use your own counting. So you need a timer in the darkroom to help you to maximize your time of exposure. We have electronic timer. We have electronic timer. You can just time it, okay, count down 30 seconds or 30 minutes, and you click start, and your timer will continue to count for you until you get to the time of 000, and your exposure will come out fine. Photographer use the exposure time to help them or to guide them in getting the accurate exposure time on their photographs. Number three, printing and writing paper. Printing and writing paper is on another material. Printing and writing paper is very key. Printing and writing papers are paper grades used for newspapers, magazine, catalogs, books, commercial printing, business forms, stationaries, copying and digital printing, what have you. So you have all these materials ready for yourself in the process of printing your photographs. We have number four, save lightning, save light. Safe light. What is a safe light? It's an amber light, brown. Safe light is different from your normal lightning, your white bulb. If you are using a safe light in the studio, it cannot damage your film. Safe light is used with certain black and white photographic paper. A safe light is a light source suitable for use in a photography darkroom. It provides illumination only from parts of the visible spectrum to which the photographic material is used is nearly or completely insensitive. So what are we saying here is that your photography paper is sensitive to light. So you are not allowed to use your normal light, your normal bulb light, but you use what we call a safe light. A safe light like a red bulb, blue bulb, green bulb. These are very good bulb that cannot void your paper materials, your photography paper materials. Number five, you need a developer fixer. You need a developer fixer. If I can ask you, what is a developer? What do you use developer for? Developer is used to bring out the Latin pictures of your film. Photography fixer is to permanently fix your photographs. Photography fixer is a mix of chemicals used in the final steps in the photography processing of film or paper. The fixer stabilizes the image, removing the unexposed silver halide remaining on the photography film or photography paper. The fixer stabilizes the image by removing the unexposed silver halide remaining on the photography film or photography paper, leaving behind the reduced metallic silver that forms the image, making it insensitive to further action by light. Developer fixer. Let me run it again. Photography fixer is a mix of chemical used in the final step in the photography processing of film or paper. Developer fixer is the final fixer in a mix of chemicals used in the final steps in photography processes of film or paper. Now, the fixer, as the name implies, is fixes. You fix whatever it needs to be fixed on your paper. The fixer stabilizes the image, removing the unexposed silver halide remaining on the photography film or photography paper, leaving behind the reduced metallic silver that forms the image, making it insensitive to further action by light. Number 6, dish processor. Dish processor. I hope you guys are following me. Dish processor. Traditionally, print processing is done in trays, or as the British says, dishes. Trays are essential to hold the individual chemicals and water for print development. The trays should be separated slightly so that you can agitate the print by rocking the tray slightly. Now, when you put your film in the tray, you do what we call agitation. You agitate your film. It's like you are shaking, just like, for example, you put probably your naira note inside water in a tray and you don't want to touch the naira. You are agitating, you are shaking, you are rocking the tray. Let me use the word, you are rocking the tray to evenly, so that the chemical will evenly covers the naira note inside the tray. So likewise, you have to agitate your film inside the tray because you are not allowed to touch the film because of the chemical, not to damage your body. It is best to have a tray that is slightly larger than the paper size you plan to use. If you are planning to agitate, you need to have a bigger tray that is bigger than your film, that is bigger than your film. You should also have multiple trays so that you do not waste chemical for a large tray when you are developing small print. You can see, if you are developing a small print, you need a small tray. If you are developing a bigger film, you need a bigger tray. You need a dryer. Number 7, you need a dryer. You need a dryer. Number 7, you need a dryer. The final step in processing a photography film is to dry the film by passing it through a chamber in which hot air is circulating the film to dry it. We call it a dryer. You must dry it. Number 8, framing. Before I talked about framing, let's go back to where we started so that we won't forget what we are talking about. We need an enlarger, we need a timer, we need a printing and writing paper. An enlarger is a specialized transparency projector used to produce photography prints from film or glass negative using the gelatin silver process, or from transparency. Timer. What do I call timer? Timer is what you use in timing your exposure timing. It can be either electronically. Photographer chooses to use this electronic timer to expose their job, to expose their time, so that you won't overexpose or underexpose your film. We have printing and writing paper. Printing and writing papers are papers grades used for newspaper, magazines, catalogs, books, commercial printing, business form, stationaries, copying and digital printing. We have safe lighting. As I've mentioned, I said you don't need a white bulb in the studio. What you need is what we call a safe light, like green bulb, yellow red bulb, blue bulb, that are not having any negative effect on your photography papers. If you use a white light on your photography paper, because you said photography paper are sensitive to light, so you don't allow light to pass through your paper so that your paper will not be void. A safe light is a light source suitable for use in a photographic darkroom. It provides illuminations only from part of the visible spectrums. We have developer fixer. Photography fixer is a mix of chemicals used in the final steps in the photography processing of film or paper. The fixer stabilizes the image. You use the fixer to stabilize your image on your paper permanently, removing the unexposed silver halide remaining on the photography film or photography paper, leaving behind the reduced metallic silver that forms the image, making it insensitive to further action by light. Dish process, that is tray. You need a tray. Tray is used in print processing, while it is used for negative while you are agitating, while you are doing your printing agitation. You agitate slightly so that your chemical can cover the larger part of your paper. We have the dryer. The dryer is the final steps in processing it to dry. Framing. Framing is one of the easier way to take a creative photograph, is to compose your subject with a frame round it. A photography frame is an object that acts as a border frame for your subjects. When you finish printing your photographs, you don't just leave your photograph like that, or you don't just give your client the photographs like that. You need to put a kind of aesthetic value on your job by doing what we call creative framing. You need to frame your job, give it a very good border design, and for viewers attention to a point of interest with the photographs. If you frame a job, it attracts viewers attention. Photography prints that will be hung on a wall or placed in a portfolio can be shown in a variety of ways. Print can be trimmed and then tacked to the wall or placed in a box or portfolio. This direct style of representation placed emphasis on the print as a piece of paper and an image to be communicated rather than as a work of art. Framing the print asks the viewers to consider the image. Yes, you are attracting viewers to consider your job, to consider your artwork for buying or for appreciating. Now, quickly, because of our time, I will quickly talk about this, and later when we meet, we talk more about it. We have materials and equipment used for film development. Even if you have never developed a film before, you are unlikely to find it very difficult. You do not need a specially built darkroom to process a film. Any room will do, provided it can be blacked out to stop any light entering it while the film is loaded into the developing tank. Alternatively, a light-tight changing bag can be used. Once this is done, the rest of the process takes place in daylight or room lighting. Processing is a simple three-step routine. It does not take long. After approximately 15 minutes, you can open the tank and look at the film, but you will still need to wash the negative for a few minutes in the tap to remove the excess chemical or print on it. So my great students, this is where we're going to be stopping for today. I believed you enjoy the class. I'll be expecting you in the next class to come up with some questions so that we can trash those questions together. By the grace of God, I'll be meeting you next week and we're going to start our class from this particular point we are stopping. And I wish every one of you a great weekend. Have a lovely weekend. Keep safe. Keep enjoying yourself. Have a lovely weekend. Bye for now. See you again. Bye.